Okay, so Gery made a bit of a response video to my analysis to his Gery versus Espigo video. And the original video that Gery made is called An American Analysis to My Series, or something to that effect. It's along those lines. So, yeah, he asked me to take a look at it so that way I can do a reaction to his reaction, and then that way he can do a reaction to my reaction of his reaction. Infinite money, baby! We can do this without needing YouTube drama. Thank Christ. Anyway, why don't we... I'm only doing it this way just because I might want to, pause at times to, talk about stuff and not want to take away from Gary's thing. But, of course, check out the original in the description below and all that jazz. And, yeah, let's just get right into it.
Sziasztok! Gery vagyok.
Hi, Gery.
Már sosem igazán volt a stílusom mások videóira reagálgatni vagy reflektálgatni, most az egyszer mindenképp kivételt fogok tenni, ugyanis az egyik kedvenc amerikai reakció videósom és egyben nagyon jó barátom James Sullivan készített egy videót
Am I the only American YouTuber? No, that can't be it. There's like Markiplier and crap.
A legutóbbi videóm az pont egy izgalmas kis zenés videó ebből.
Yeah, that was a good MMV as well.
Ha sorozatot, akkor mindenképp megéri meg.
I checked it out, it was
szóval
good.
A videó, amiről ma szó lesz, az Espigo about to defeat Gery. James egy nagyon igényes és precíz elemző videót készített a Heritage első évadának a fináléjáról. Szóval James, engedd meg, hogy adjak neked a videó címében feltett kérdésre egy gyors és egyenes választ. Igen.
Of course he was, we established that.
Közben abban a párbajban, az lett a végeredménye, ami. Gery egy olyan varázslappal nyert, amit Cory apjától Tivadartól kapott. Nice. Ügyesen észrevetted azt is, hogy Gery folyamatosan fejlesztgette a pakliát, hogy hatásosabb legyen Espigo ellen. Azonban...
Yeah, because you told me that behind the scenes. That's the only reason I know that it happened, because you told me that behind the scenes, Gery, about how freaking... And he rebuilt the deck solely to defeat Espigo. And that's why there are some cards in there that aren't there normally and disappear from the deck. But nice to know that it was right. Be like, was Espigo about to beat Gery? Well, yes, actually. It's just that, if Espigo won, then the story would be over. Which, kind of a downer ending. But anyway, let's get right into it, back into it.
Azonban azt nagyon fontos kiemelni.
Yeah, that's an important thing too. Is like, how do you know what Espigo's deck is? You've never even seen it.
Espigo nem tudja megidézni a Halbert kanyont, akkor nem vonja meg magától a legerősebb kártyáját azzal a feltétellel az elején.
Yeah, it's kind of a freaking, it's actually really intelligent by Espigo. The rules of the duel is you have to get rid of your Arc Hyper Legendary. And Arc Hyper Legendary, Espigo can't summon, which means he basically had no cost, if you think about it. It's kind of an intelligent move like that. Also, yeah, Gery, that's where these are just like, hey, I have to defeat Espigo and make a deck solely to counter him. So how do you know what deck he has? You haven't even seen him duel. You have met Espigo, that is a fact, but no one's ever been like, yo, Gery, I just ran into Espigo, he's playing da-da-da. Not that you would know what Invoke is because of the lore of Hungry 7, but it's one of those where it's like, once you start thinking about it, it's like, wait a minute, but if you just go with the flow, it's like, it's fine. It's one thing that just like, it's kind of weird, but there's always that one thing in like a movie or a short, and it's like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Screw it, I'm enjoying myself. Not the end of the world. Yeah.
Oldaláról pedig figyelembe kell
vennünk, hogy eszméletlenül very.
Amellett, hogy sorban elvesztette az összes hozzá közel álló személyt, az egyetlen elismert mesterében is csalódnia kellett, akivel aztán saját kezűleg...
Well, given what the teacher did to him, he had every right to kill... Okay, we can go into arguments over is murder okay and all that jazz, but I don't think a lot of people would be like, yeah, justice need to be served in some regard. You could say Espigo went into overkill, but you can't argue that, Lister didn't kind of have it coming. Anyway.
Mindezek tetejére még a mostoha öcsém...
Yeah, Espigo's life was not an easy one. Well, it was an easy one, then Lister came along and everything went to shit. Well, okay, it wasn't like Lister walked in and then everything went to shit. It just... Well, things happened. I know I'm pausing a lot, but just... I know a lot about this series because I do genuinely enjoy it, Gery, and you make a good show and all that jazz. Just This might mean actually, but you would know more because you made the frickin' show. Anyway.
Hogy a bestiák különböző hatással lehetnek az örököseikre. Gradián halála után az egyetlen, ami közvetlenül a szeme előtt történt, az a Daniel Focus és Gery között lévő párbaj után lévő robbanás, amikor ugyanis Daniel
Wait a minute. I forgot that Gradian's real name in this series was Daniel. Focus. It's such a weird name. Just I don't know. It's just because he's Gradian in the original timeline. It just like it's just weird. Like it's not a major thing. It's just one of those just like Daniel Focus. Okay.
Baj után lévő robbanás, amikor ugyanis Daniel meghalt, de pár nappal később, amikor Espego a kórházban kereste Geryt, nyilván tudott róla, hogy túlélte a robbanást, de ebből következtethetni lehetett arra, hogy Gery eszméletlenül gyorsan regenerálódik. Túlélted a detonációt, amit a két bestia okozott, és alig 2 napon belül felépültél számos súlyos sérülésből. Na de...
Do you think if Gery lost an arm, he'd be able to grow it back? Or do you think it was just because of his relatively minor injuries that he was fine? It's probably best we don't answer that question because I don't want Gery to actually because Gery is so dedicated to his work, I'm scared he might actually lop his arm off if he feels it would help the story. And I don't want that. No offense to you or anything, Gery. Just like one of those where it's like, I don't think even you know if you would do that or not. And it scares the both of us a little. But yeah, no, please don't. Your life isn't worth that.
Espego miért aktiválta a mérgező dual diszket, amivel a saját életét is kockára tette egy olyan párbajhoz, ami számára nem is volt fontos, mert már a kezében volt a metódus, amivel fenyegethette Geryt. Az egyetlen aggodalma a kvázár volt ugye a Danieles párbaj miatt, de miután Gery megvonta azt saját magától, így már simán magabiztosan beaktiválta azt a mérget. Igen, ez... Espego karaktere ezzel azt bizonyítja, hogy az élete árán is képes lett volna megmenteni a szeretteit, és igen, Espego végignézte volna, ahogy Gery meghal, és elvette volna a holttestétől a kvázárt. Aztán itt...
It's okay, so I'm just trying to wrap my head around this, just because I'm having a little trouble, so I'm just gonna scroll through the thing again. It's not because you put it wrong, just because it's late and my brain is funky. So the reason he activated the poison is just because he saw what happened with Daniel, doesn't want that happening to him or something like that, but he would sacrifice his life if it meant
volna megmenteni a szeretteit, és igen, Espego végignézte volna, ahogy Gery meghal, és elvette volna a holttestétől a kvázárt.
Yeah, because Espego's a broken man on that chest. Okay, I think I've got my head around that one mostly. The thing that's a better question to be like, okay, I get how he activated the dual virus in his own dual disk. How did he do it on Gary's? Wi-Fi? Some script password? It's one of those things where it's like, it's one of those where it's whenever a Yu-Gi-Oh live action show is just be like, this is now a shadow game, you don't get to decide or something to that effect. It's one of those where it's just like, okay, let's just roll with it. But it's one of those where it's like, it's a computer virus. It's like, but wait, how? I mean, I think Espego kidnapped Gery at some point, so it's possible that he put a computer virus in his dual disk to make that happen. It's just weird. Anyway,
Aztán itt jogos a kérdés, hogy de hát Espego jó ember volt, mégis hogy tehette volna ezt?
He was broken.
Espego Geryben igaz...
Sorry about that, IRL. Now let's get back into the video.
És hogy tehette volna ezt? Espego Geryben igazából csak
He's a broken man, plain and simple.
Látta. És ugye Gradiánnak végignézte a halálát, és ugye őt ismerte egész életében. Gery számára csak egy jelentéktelen alter ego volt, egy törött illúzió, hasonlóan Jura nézeteihez. Nem igazán volt számára valóságszerű. De amúgy meg természetesen Espego nem számított arra, hogy veszíteni fog a kvázártalan Gery ellen.
I see, so he saw the Gery and his counterparts as, counterparts of Gradian, which technically isn't wrong fully, and I guess just screwed with his head. Yeah, it was like a broken illusion to him. He looked at them as nothing similar to Yura. Yeah, he couldn't... he saw them being like twins to him and just couldn't handle it. It's like, no, I lost my stepbrother. He is dead. He is dead. Get lost, ghost of my past, or something like that. And yeah, he just didn't expect to lose.
Meg természetesen Espego nem számított arra, hogy veszíteni fog a kvázártalan Gery ellen. De a párbaj közben és utána nyilván realizálta, hogy Gery egy jó szándékú karakter, és soha nem térne rossz útra a bestiákkal a tulajdonában, így végül minden utolsó reményét és céljait rábízta. Aztán itt jön képbe egy nagyon érdekes dolog. Mi lett volna, hogyha mégis Espego nyer? Az első akadály, amiben Espego beleütközött volna, az az, hogy nem tudott volna George dimenziójába átugrani, mivel a két megnyílt portál a saját dimenziójába volt, és már nem lett volna energiája akkorákat ugrálgatni. Aztán ugye, mivel Yura beaktiválta a Dimension Explosion-t, így létrejött a hasadás, ami által át tudott menni Rico és George Geryék dimenziójában, így kb. Hasonló dolog történt volna, hogy George és Rico Espegóra kezdett volna el vadászni, és köztük dőlt volna el egy párbajban, hogy kihez kerülnek a bestiák.
Which wouldn't have been terrible, which to be honest, wouldn't mind have seen that duel. We can't see it now because of all that stuff unless Gery decides to do like a one-off episode, but that duel, wouldn't be against seeing that. That could have been like something, you know. Then again, in the end, George still did get trounced by invoked monsters, so in a way we kind of got it, but you know.
Fontos megjegyezni, hogy ez az eshetőség már csak azért is lehetetlen, mert az egész Heritage-nek a végén ugye ott van az Inheritor duel, ami egy megjövendölt esemény, tehát a világ és a sors folyamatosan úgy alakult mind a három dimenzióban, hogy az mindenképpen megvalósulhasson.
So in other words, all this was destiny. This was all going to come down no matter what happened, even if Espego couldn't win no matter what because the prophecy says that this is going to happen, essentially, and it was by my creation that this would all happen. In other words, none of y'all have free will. This is all my doing, which means this is all my mistakes, and I'm going to undo them by rebooting this universe. Horse was a guy when he saw his never false. Well, Drew, unfortunately, apparently made a lot of mistakes, but we all know how God's working mythology. Whenever they make a mistake, you fucked up, not them. They did no. It's all anyone else's fault.
Ugye, ahogy el is lett mondva, Horus egy isten volt, az ő látomásai sosem voltak hamisak.
Semmi kétség. Horus valóban létezett, és mindent látott előre.
Na de mégis, mi lett volna, hogyha végül Espego vagy Ricoék birtokolják a bestiákat? Hatalmas.
Well, this is easy. Espego would have most likely gotten what he wanted, had his family back, and then lived life in a relatively fine way. George would blow up the world. Or burn to the ground, or like having some sort of eternal hell where it's something with pain and suffering and anguish 24/7. You know, either he'd blow up the world and make us all die instantly, or he'd make it a slow, torturous way to go out. Either way, I'd rather Espego get the 3-arc hyper legendaries, obviously.
Nagy beégés. Egy bukta. Mivel ugye tudjátok, hogy ez az egész mese teória, hogy a bestiákkal létre lehet hozni egy dimenziót, vissza lehet...
Right. I forgot. That was a lie. I fibbed. My bad. It's mismemory. Yeah. That was all just a theory. A wrong theory.
Teremteni a hortakat, csak egy megtévesztés volt Gradián dimenziójából. Így sajnos egy kicsit kellemetlen beismerni, de végül teljesen mindegy, hogy kibirtokolta volna a bestiákat, ugyanis azon kívül, hogy természet felett ilyen erős párbajszörnyek, semmi egyéb hasznokat nem tudták volna venni.
Which means that Espego wouldn't have been able to use them, but George, being one of the disciples, I guess you could call, would kind of be able to, really, considering he owns them all. I mean, well, obviously none of them can control all 3 of them. Because they only have 1 power each. But you know, if there was going to be anyone, it was going to be George left staying in the end as the one remaining. Sort of. yeah. But the point is, Espego would not have been able to use it at all, whereas George just like, possibly, maybe. Like, Gary's gonna obviously say, no, he'd be fucked too, but you know. Anyway.
Amúgy James, ha már itt tartunk, emlékszem, hogy te részletesen foglalkoztál a real-life karakterek párbajaival és pakliaival. Eszméletlenül kíváncsi lennék, hogy mi lett volna a végeredménye egy George versus Espego párbajnak. Ez akár egy új videó ötlet.
What? You want me to make an old fan-made duel thing? Or would X beat Y? Well, I mean, I could do that, but normally I just break down the analysis of duels that have already happened. Although I'm not against that idea where it's actually like a big theory. It's like, the way I do it, for the two people who don't know, is that basically I just ripped off TGS anime, where I just do would X beat Y, like would Odeon be Joey, would Merrick be Joey, would I like seeing Joey duels. Who doesn't like Joey? But those are all analysis of duels that already happened. Although maybe we could do one that never happened. Would be an experiment. Maybe for like a major holiday or something like a Christmas or something. Well, I can't do it for Easter now because that's coming. Well, I could do it for next year's Easter. It's an experiment. I'll think about it. I appreciate the suggestion though, regardless. So thank you, Gary.
Na de visszatérve, összegezve egyébként ennyiről lenne szó. Espegónak hatalmas nagy szerencséje volt, hogy pont Geryre a kvázi örökösére bízta a céljait, aki ugye az egyetlen személy az egész univerzumban, aki képes váltokat feltámasztani és visszafordítani a negatív eseményeket. Az igazság az, hogy azért sántítanak a Heritage történetében a párbajok, meg azért volt rengeteg hiba bennük. Egyrészt ugye, mert eszmetől nehéz egy precíz és hibátlan párbajt megírni, főleg, hogyha rengeteg feltételt adok meg, hogy ez legyen benne, az legyen benne, stb. Ezt gondolom mindenki meg tudja érteni, aki valaha is próbált már párbaj scriptet írni. Másrészt most bevallom nektek, srácok, a Heritage-nek az alapsztoria nem kapcsolódik a Yu-Gi-Oh! Kártyajátékhoz. Az egész sztori egy régen el nem készült regénynek az újragondolása, a címe biztos ismerős lesz, ugyanis van is ilyen kártyalap, az örökség szimbóluma. Valamikor középiskolás éveimben elkezdtem írni a bestiáknak a történetét, hogy Egyiptomban pusztítottak.
You came up with this entire story back when you were in bloody high school? It just blows my mind. So this was never meant to be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Show initially. It was just, you took something that you made in high school that from a novel you never finished, and adapted it into Yu-Gi-Oh! The best way possible. It may not be a perfect way, but the best to your ability, which honestly kind of works out to your advantage, really, because, well, novels, how do I put this? Books don't really sell, okay, books do well nowadays, but people don't go out, well, not a lot of people go out and read, like, physical hardcover books nowadays. They get them on audible.com and stuff like that and have a robot read to them. Or, okay, maybe not a robot, maybe, like, some guy they hired to narrate it for, or some guy or girl they hired to narrate over it and stuff like that. Not necessarily a robot. But yeah, someone to read the book to them. And while that could have happened with your book, of course, Gary, I don't know if that would have gone that bad. We'll never know for sure. That I'm not going to say you would have bombed or anything like that, but I don't know if it would have done as well today. I mean, obviously you would have gone a New York Times bestseller, but then again, everything gets a New York Times bestseller. It's a meme at this point. It's like getting freaking 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Well, not. It's like getting certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. It's just like, yeah, it's just, so... The Air got certified fresh, whatever. I don't know. It's like, it's a joke. But the point is, by making it in video format, and debatably by making it more Yu-Gi-Oh! Related, you can actually output the thing more to see more eyes. Now, would Symbol of Heritage have done well if it was by itself, like in the original context, without the Yu-Gi-Oh! Or anything like that? We don't know for certain, but one could say that it probably would have just been its own standalone movie thing if it didn't have the relation to Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll never know for sure, of course, but with the anchor of Yu-Gi-Oh! Behind it, it does stand a better chance of being more well known because, Well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is pretty well known, so naturally it is. If we would just call it Symbols of Heritage, maybe it would have been like on the... I'm sure it would have done okay on your channel. Maybe it would have gotten like... probably would have done well. I'm not going to deny that, but I don't know if it would have gone as well as Hungry 7 Heritage. But again, we'll never really know. But either way, the point is that's interesting to see that you were working on this basically since high school, and then just adapted into Yu-Gi-Oh! That is a mind-blowing thing to me. Great work adapting and all that jazz, and constantly changing over times like that. And while some people may not like where it ended in the end, it's impressive that you managed to interact with Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty seamlessly. So, good work, Gery.
Volt egyébként rám annak a regénynek az
you were in high school.
Mert akkor is megjelentek ezek az alter ego elméletek bennem. Én nagyon szerettem azokat a sztorikat, amikor valamilyen középiskolás gyereknek van valamilyen plusz adottsága és kirekesztő.
Oh yeah, that was a staple of so many 90s animes. I'm just your regular average Joe who goes to high school every day. Oh crap. Demons exist. Oh wow, I'm the born son of some super demon. I'm gonna go kick so much ass. Whereas nowadays, I'm a normal kid that goes to school. Oh fuck, I got hit by Truck-kun. Now I'm in Isekai. Okay, there's not every anime out there, but it's way too many. But yeah, you were in high school. Of course you freaking stole what you know. It's so many freaking Dragon Ball fan fictions. That went in my head and never on any actual website. Thank Christ. I die of cringe.
Éppen megírogattam így a 3 alter egónak a párhuzamos életét, sokkal precízebben megvalósítottam. Annyi különbség volt, hogy ugye mivel nem volt Yu-Gi-Oh! Abban a világban, így a bestiák ugyanúgy öröklődtek ugye az alter egókban, csak nem úgy, mint kártyalapok, hanem a bestiák lénye volt benne a 3 alter egóban. Hasonlóan a Naruto Shippuden Jinchuriki.
I never saw Naruto anything.
Rajtuk a bestiák szimbóluma, csak annyi, hogy ilyen természetfeletti erővel rendelkeznek, Gery folyamatosan regenerálódik, megverik a suliban, de minden sebe sokkal gyorsabban begyógyul. George az ugye nagyon vandál, tehát eszméletlenül rossz dolgokban sántikál, meg aztán felébred benne ugye a Red Novának az ereje, és neki ilyen tüzes képességei vannak. Gradián pedig ez az abszolút köztes, de nagyon szép ki volt ez dolgozva, egy Netflix sorozatnak egyébként simán elmenne, talán...
We have to change all the races first. But it's too easy, the joke is right there.
Egyszer, hogyha úgy adódik, akkor újra előveszem ezeket a skripteket, és talán tudom nektek publikálni is, hogy bele tudjatok egy kicsit látni, de egyenlőre erre kevés esélyt látok. Na de egy szónak is 100 a vége, James, még egyszer nagyon szépen köszönöm ezt az igényes elemző videót, remélem, hogy kielégítő válaszokkal tudtam neked szolgálni. Ha bármit kihagytam volna, vagy bármilyen kérdésetek van a témával kapcsolatban, akkor jöhetnek a kommentre, mindegyiket elolvasom és válaszolni is fogok, hogyha tudok. Köszönöm szépen a megtekintést, sziasztok!
And of course, go check out the Hungry 7, I don't mind this YouTuber thing. Just waiting around to see there's a post-credit scene. And yeah, his 9th anniversary special, of course. It is a 7th anniversary thing. I don't remember what this was. I think it was a booster pack opening. You're seeing if there's a post-credits or anything? No? Okay. So good work in this video, Gery, to explain the things. Gery said off screen that he wasn't the one who made most of the duels. It was like Malik and some other guy. Correct me in the comments, Gery, because I'm blanking on it. And yeah, he wasn't the one who made most of the duels. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Gery made like 1 or 2 of them, maybe. Like Especo versus his wife's random boyfriend. That's 2 turns. Yeah, if you told me that one's Gery, I'm like, yeah, I believe you. But other than that, it's like he was mainly in charge of the plot. Now we see why he was mainly in charge of the plot and story and all the other details. Because he actually had this stuff planned out ahead of time, which is... It's interesting that he also wrote the books where each character had their own individual lives until they all met, and I guess what happened in the end of Heritage happened with them. it's an interesting story. It's interesting to find out like what almost was. Like this was like just not a Yu-Gi-Oh show at first until it was. You know, the more you know, I guess. I wouldn't have guessed it wasn't a Yu-Gi-Oh show, but then again, I don't go into series being like, does this feel like a Yu-Gi-Oh show? Yeah, I just throw my hands and say, frick it. It's got card games in it, therefore it is a Yu-Gi-Oh show. But all this was very interesting to find out and learn new things. So this was very interesting, Gary, and good work on the video, of course. And answering some of the questions that were more confusing to me. Yeah, some of the stuff I did kind of say as a joke, just like he had, like, you know, some of it was as a joke, but it's good to get some final answers and learn more about Heritage. When are we gonna get the freaking director's commentary on Heritage? Like, I'm kidding, of course, but hey, maybe for the 10th anniversary or something. It's an idea. I might take you up on that George versus Gradion duel thing. I mean, I was gonna do something similar like that at one point, but then procrastination hit like a truck, and I never got around to it. Like, I still have the file that's worked on. It's just one of those where it's like I have to get back to work on, and I don't want to get back to work on it because that's work, and I don't want to do work. You have no idea how many unfinished projects I have. They're like 60% done. They're over the halfway point. It's like, you should work on them, James. No. Oh God. But yeah, very enlightening. Good to hear, Gary, and yeah, good stuff. So thanks for, you know, explaining all this stuff from my dual analysis things. Maybe I'll do more of Heritage in the future. I don't know. Time will tell that tale. Maybe for the 5-year anniversary. We'll see. But until next time, it's the Great James signing off. Farewell, Shidong.